Okay. All right. Good. Hello, dear friends, amazing viewers. It's always wonderful to have you join us. Spend time identifying red lines in society, which ultimately will, lead to our doom. My name is Tudu Toyo, and I welcome you very dearly to a very special edition. Now, today we'll be discussing something quite timely, something quite topical. They call it 16 days of activism. It's a period every year where across the globe, people draw attention to gender-based violence. Of course, you and I would not claim or fake ignorance, to this very hydro-headed monster in our society. Now, in this regard, we'll be getting somebody who you should know, and if you don't, I'll be very glad to let you know who she is. She's Ambassador Iris. That's her name, and beautiful. She spent many decades in advocacy for women and child rights, and she's just somebody who wants to build society and make it a lot better. So together with Iris, we'll be talking about gender-based violence. How far is too far? That'll be our topic for today. So you don't go anywhere because it's going to be time of deeper revelations and, of course, sincere introspection. Not to forget, we'll have our regular features for you. We'll have an amazing video for the week, one that will be educating and uplifting, and of course we'll tap into the thoughts, on societal issues from our guests today. So that'll be the size, and I'm sure at the end of today's package, you'll be glad that you did stay. So welcome once more, and we'll take you straight up, to our video for today, and it's centered on female genital mutilation, a very sad narrative. Iris, you agree with me?
Yes, very well.
Beautiful. So we'll look at the video, get back, and share our thoughts with you. Don't go anywhere. It's Red Lines.
Female genital mutilation affects at least 200 million women globally. That is the equivalent of the population of the UK and France. FGM is the cutting and removal of parts of the female genitalia. Mammy gives birth to a baby girl. She names her Mary. Mary undergoes FGM at the age of 2. The procedure has no health benefits, but can cause serious health complications and can even lead to death. FGM was banned in Senegal in 1999. But despite the ban, it still takes place. It causes extreme pain and has severe health consequences, including difficulties during childbirth. Girls are cut in unsanitary conditions, with unsterilized equipment and without anesthesia. Mary is now a teenager. Girls and women who underwent FGM can experience severe menstrual pain and infections. Mary is married now. One of the consequences of FGM can be intense pain during intercourse. Mary almost died while giving birth. The complications associated with FGM can stay with a woman throughout her life. Mary survived and had a baby girl. She named her Fatoumata. The cycle of FGM continues.
advocacy. What does female genital mutilation bring to your mind?
It's first, it's even against the law. First, if you are and then for the woman, it's against the human rights of that girl child. So there is so much that are negative about FGM, and there's nothing positive about it, because apart from that obnoxious cultural belief that it reduces the woman, it makes the woman not to be promiscuous. There's for them, for even culturally, there's nothing positive about it. So even if they really look at it, they have seen that the woman that wants to be promiscuous is still promiscuous, even when
with or without.
Yeah, with or without. So and the challenge, the biggest problem with it is that most people that are the people that are involved in performing that FGM, they don't even know how to do it. So it makes this condition to be so bad for the woman.
It complicates it.
And some women have died due to FGM.
And before we go, I understand that the UN has, is a day
Yes.
in February.
February 6th.
Oh, beautiful! Dedicated to
create awareness on the dangers of female genital mutilation. And that day, we still hit the streets like yesterday is the flag off of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, and female genital mutilation is one of the issues that we are advocating against. So this 2025 16 days of activism, the theme is focusing on digital violence.
Okay.
Because of recent it's becoming so rampant, and many girls, many young ladies are ignorantly falling victims. Yes, I have a hotline, and people call me on issues that bothers them.
So
and this digital violence is of recent. Like in a week, I get one call at least on issues of digital violence. Their challenges, what they are facing.
Okay, we'll get there. There. But interestingly, we're talking about gender-based violence.
Yes.
How far is too far?
Okay.
And we understand that there are various forms of violence. You've mentioned the female genital mutilation. You talked about even digital violence. I don't know. I think that's how you mentioned that.
Yes, that's it.
You could go on and on, battering and all of that.
Domestic violence.
They vary.
Yes.
So looking at the topic today, which is gender-based violence, how far is so far? What predominant violences do we experience? Do we highlight in society today?
Okay. We have so many. So for me, because this is my world, I see so many forms of violence every other day.
Okay.
So digital violence is becoming rampant, because then of course domestic violence.
Still on.
Domestic violence is the most common. Then of course financial violence, emotional violence.
Could you just shed more light on financial violence?
Yes,
as a
when
gender-based issue.
Yes, it's a gender-based violence is all forms of violence perpetrated against the other sex as a result of their status, as a result of their sex.
Okay.
So, and we talk about, because women are weaker vessels, women are naturally weaker. So we say about 98% of gender-based violence, women are the victims, while the men are the perpetrators. Yes, but of course about 3% of men still suffer gender-based violence.
So talking about financial violence, like you did mention.
Financial violence, like I am the man, I am the husband, I have money. I tell my wife, despite her qualifications, despite the efforts with which her parents had sent her to school to do everything, I tell the woman, sit at home and take care of the children. As a mother, have trained my child. She's a lawyer or she's a pharmacist. But now she has married you. You say, I don't want you to work. I want you to just be at home and be there when I come home. It's financial violence, because you say, I will be giving you money. I'll be giving you what you want. But then, it is financial violence, but there's no amount of money you will give to a woman that will be like the money she worked with her hands. So that's why there is financial violence. And oftentimes, such people that say, stay, I will be working, I will be giving you, oftentimes they don't meet the needs of the women, because after the woman has asked once, twice, thrice, the man will say, every time you are always asking for this. So often, there is always, the men don't give the women enough. So it's a financial violence.
Okay, so talking about, you earlier talked about, women being more of the victim,
yes.
and men being more of the perpetrators, even though men can also suffer victims at the
3%
same time.
or 2%.
Yes, but is that figure, that percentage figure, is it really in sync with our current realities today? Don't you think that more men are increasingly suffering these violences, even financially, from their partners?
No woman will tell a man not to work.
Yeah,
By the terms of my definition of financial violence.
But when a woman demands excessively from her partner, can that also be termed as financial violence even on the man?
Okay.
And he's also expected to meet her bills, meet her needs and all of that. Could that also be termed as? So I'm saying, do we really, the figure, isn't it too excessive in favor of one against the other?
No, if you follow the definition of the financial violence like defined by me,
yes,
of the man being the one saying don't work, then you will see. But economical balance, if the woman is not economically empowered enough, the woman is more economically empowered, or the woman is not economically empowered, she demands. It's a different issue from when the man says don't work, I will provide, and then after one, twice, thrice, you say I don't have. It's two different things. You understand my point? But we know that today many women are economically empowered. Beautiful. That is a different ball game to us. That's a different issue totally. You understand my point?
Yes.
Yeah. So another major type of violence that most women suffer today is emotional violence.
Is that unique to the woman or is unique to both gender?
Both gender suffer that, because where a woman, every minute she tongue lashes the man, she attacks the man, what you are doing is not good, your mates are doing this for their wives, you the woman, you are a perpetrator, because the man is a human being.
So as regards emotional violence, we cannot say 97%.
No, we cannot. Yes. As regards emotional violence, we cannot say 97%, because many women are also men perpetrate this. But can we talk a little about the theme for this year? Because our time is just 30 minutes.
I was going to get there.
Yes.
Now we're talking about digital violence also as a major form of violence in our world today.
Yes.
Now it's also assumed that Nigeria is quite an illiterate society.
Okay. And
that is also believed to be quite a poor environment.
Okay.
Where many people may not even have the means to these technological means.
Yes.
So would the theme for this year really resonate with Nigeria and the third world?
Majority of Nigerians, because it's the global world that brought this thing. That's why in our organization we are talking about by our theme, my own organization theme for this 2025 is because we have to toe into the line of the global world, so we just mixed it up. We said end digital and other forms of violence. That's our theme. That's my theme for the year, and that's what we are driving. So, but the fact that the global world has picked the digital violence as a theme, that's why I feel let's just talk about it also. Because in Nigeria today, many people are still involved in digital, in using technology. So that's why we need to talk about it a little. Why we're talking about it is to create awareness. And because many young women today, because many people are looking for job, and we tell people with your Android phone, you can get access to information, you can even get job while you are working from your home. So that is a good information we pass. But now people are now using the same technology, the same handset to abuse and even destroy our girls again.
How?
Yes. So how do the kind of violence, the kind of most popular digital violence that young women face? You see, I'm looking for a job. I will go online. Then somebody will chat me. Okay, you will get this job. Okay, you do this, I will respond. You do that, I will respond. Then they will tell you, you snap your breasts. Then some foolish, some stupid ones, some stupid girls will respond. They will say, okay, go to the mirror, stay naked, snap yourself, share. Because you are desperate, because these young people are desperately looking for a job. They just find themselves doing that because they will tell them this one you will be paid and all that. So after a short while, after the girl has sent, like the case I got a call, a distress call last week, okay, is this is the sequence that she shared with me. Then they now told her, okay, after she has sent everything, she was not supposed to resume. Then they now said because now it's phone. The person now said, I have all your information. If you don't send me 50,000 naira, I'm going to share your information. You understand? So then this girl became so troubled. She became so troubled that she had to look out for a counselor or an advocate that she would call. And somebody gave her my number. And that was how she called me. And I had to calm her down emotionally and tell her to be calm. Send me the number of the perpetrator. Send me the numbers that have chatted with you on this issue. Then I had to first of all balance her emotionally before I now talk to those people and tell them, don't call that number ever again. And I had to intimidate them, even though I didn't mean them, because it's all about digital. So, and there are so many cases, of course, harassment. People, they will just go to your wall and they begin to abuse you.
Yeah. Run you down.
Sometimes, and they're fake news. Those are digital violence. I didn't do this thing because of tech. You just put your head on top of somebody's body that is cut, take your picture, cut your head, do your head, and then disseminate. And it's like you really did that thing. So many things they can do with tech these days. So we are creating awareness on this digital technology that young ladies, of course boys too, because boys have also fallen victim of this digital violence. So they should be careful. They should get informed through this program, through this conversation, and don't allow themselves to fall victims.
When we talk about gender-based violence, how far is too far, and relates to the theme for this year, which is digital violence and the scenario you need to create. Is your organization and others likely to pay a lot more effort at sensitizing people about self-violence? Because if you ask me, from the scenario you did paint of the case you were handling, this lady may actually be a victim of either mental poverty or self-violence.
I agree with you.
Self-violence. So would it be out of place to say we can also be violent to our own self? Okay. Not all the time people are being violent to us.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes some sense, but it's the society too, and the level of poverty in Nigeria, and the fact that these young people, able-bodied people, they want to work, but sometimes the job is not there. But then I advocate seriously. You may be you may have high education, but the fact that you have not seen a job, that for that your qualification, accept any job and let something be coming in and be busy with that until you get a job that really qualifies your qualification.
Even as we get towards the tail end of our interview session, let's look at the crux of the matter. How far is too far? Can you dwell on that? Help people to understand that, look, as regards violence, as regards gender, when you get to these areas, you've simply crossed the red line. Okay. So I would say, okay, let's
still take the issue of the digital violence, which is the focus of this 2025 gender-based 16 days of activism again. Because I feel if you are not greedy as a young person that is looking for a job, somebody will not tell you, go to the mirror, snap yourself and share with me. And then you really go to that extent.
Okay, so nudity is a step too far.
Too far.
You know, as regards gender and violence.
Yes.
Whether it is self-initiated or it is
somebody
or beautiful. You are invited to do so. That's so which other areas would be a step going too far? How far is too far?
Going too
Battering.
Far. No, prostitution.
Beautiful.
Prostitution, because of course we have gigolos, which is the aspect of the young boys, and then prostitution. The dangers of prostitution, they are far too many for you to engage in such a trade. 2 weeks ago, I was with one, and I know that she just somehow she ran into my church, and I was like, they wanted to throw her out, and I took her, and they were like, are you going to? And these days, these young girls that engage in prostitution, the drug extent, the drug addiction is another big deal. So while I drew her to myself, I was trying to get information and see how I would still help her. And then I saw her that she was already addicted to drugs. Then I asked her, what do you do? She said, I'm a prostitute. I said, she was just telling me, this will come, that will come. Sometimes, before they even have sex with ghosts. This is 2 Sundays ago, I am telling you. So, and she was telling me all this nonsense, and I was looking at her. Then why are you still in that profession? Where do you stay? She told me Dirty side. You know, Dirty is that side in Asaba here, you know. And I know the area because I have gone there for intervention for female sex workers before. So I now told her that, so where did you come from? The one thing with these female sex workers, they travel, they relocate easily. And then I told her, so prostitution generally is a red line. Don't get to that extent of going into that body you are even selling. It's not your own. Because like when I had intervention with female sex workers, I asked, what are you selling? And I had a focal group discussion. And they answered that, now what did they sell again? I said, okay, what do you sell now? Now you get them. You understand? So that is too far.
Yeah.
It's too far. But then she told me that even these big men that I'm seeing, these old men, they come to patronize her. Patronize them. So for us, the way that the people that patronize those prostitutes, and even the prostitutes that live what they will do with their fingers. You know, the name of our organization is Working Fingers International Initiative. We are advocates that you can feed yourself with your hands. You can feed yourself with your brain because God has made you complete.
You have capacity.
You have everything as a woman, as a man, just as you are. You have everything.
Yeah.
So why should you now abuse your body? Because of money. So we use strategy to talk to these young women, the few that we have had it.
And hopefully it is yielding.
And we just short the thing, because before you will come again, after when you think it's yielding, the person has left that Brutel, especially for Brutel-based FSWs. Before you will go back and you think you are getting
FSWs?
Female sex work.
Okay.
Yeah, we still have male that are involved. We have gigolos too.
Okay.
So, but when you are carrying out intervention for them and you go there and you play with them with intention. Though I have one that married. Yes, I played with one.
So you both have success stories.
I have, yes. So that's
and not too heartwarming story.
But this very one that is in my hand 2 weeks ago, the drug addiction level is a big deal. And drug addiction is one big deal now that people should not get. Because when one is getting addicted to these drugs, it's like it's a gradual process. Then as we were talking, after about 1 hour, her body started. She wants to spit. She wants to this. She wants to take that drug. So drug addiction is dangerous because you are killing, that person is killing herself.
And that also facilitates the gender-based violence.
Yes,
about
because it makes them, when now you want that drug, she was telling me she needs money. please, will you give me money? You understand? So, and that desire for money like that drives them to do what they did not want to do. So, yeah. So prostitution is
a step too far.
It's a step too far for both girls and both boys.
Gender-based violence, how far is too far, has been our topic for today, and of course we've had an amazing person, somebody who's a field worker, and spent many years in advocacy, and of course trying to redeem, the lives of young men and women, of course the older ones alike, who
and
seem
children.
children who seem to be in distress. So thank you so much for your time. It's been amazing having you. And we'll take a little break and come back for our final segment where we'll tap into the thoughts of Ambassador Iris, and of course identifying an ill, a potential red line in society. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
The global campaign opened with a rally in Asaba as women dressed in orange marched from the government house gate to the governor's wife's office, carrying placards calling for an end to sexual harassment and violence against women and children. Declaring the event open, Dickiness Oborewo commended the organizers for sustaining advocacy efforts and described digital violence as a growing threat. She urged mothers to be more vigilant and cited the case of Ochanya as a reminder of the silent abuses many girls face, calling on the public to report violations promptly.
We are witnessing increased harm being perpetrated through digital platforms. Digital violence against women and girls is now a daily reality. This undermines the cause we are fighting today. We must not remain silent.
She reaffirmed her commitment to partnering with security agencies, civil society groups, and faith-based organizations to curb gender-based violence in the states.
We should protect our world. We should take care of, we should be carried away our activity of what we are doing, going to party, doing all sorts of things. This is our obligation to protect our children, especially the girls. I am encouraged by the efforts of our security agency, and I urge them to even do more.
Earlier, Honorable Pat Ajudwa briefed the governor's wife on the theme for this year's campaign, while representatives from the Ministry of Justice and the police highlighted ongoing collaborations to strengthen protection and justice system.
We have come to appear before you to take permission from you, because we know that you're #1 champion, the fighter of these vices.
It is indeed a very serious program because we are in a crisis. Please, we should listen to our children, not bully them.
As a major stakeholder, the Ministry of Justice has continued to strengthen efforts to combat and eliminate sexual and gender-based violence in Delta State through its sexual offenses, domestic violence, and child rights departments.
The 16 days of activism runs yearly from November 25 to December 10. Florence Oibodoro reporting.
All right, welcome back. You're still watching Red Lines, and of course we still have that amazing lady with us in the studio, Ambassador Iris Jewo Ibi. Madam, nice to still have you with us.
Thank you.
Now, it's our final segment where we'll be tapping into your thoughts, trying to identify, a red line in your immediate society that potentially, would lead to negative outcomes. So, the chance is yours. What's that issue? Your thoughts?
There are so many issues in my mind in the society that leads to danger.
Yeah, just one.
One that I want to focus on is our young girls. The need for behavioral change and to tap into their minds.
What kind of behavioral change?
Okay, because like allowing yourself to have sex with your father, allowing yourself to constantly having sex with your uncle, with your brother,
So,
with
incest.
or even allowing yourself to be having sex when you are not married. So the dangers around that, there are so many.
Mention.
Yes, like HIV/AIDS, incest, of course, unwanted pregnancy. So for no reason should young girls allow themselves to have sexual relationship with whoever.
And is this a common trend?
Of course, as we're talking about gender-based violence, we see, I don't know how these fathers, these so-called people, brainwash these young girls.
Fathers or animals?
I don't know how they brainwash these young girls that they will not even talk. So then again, this brings to my mind to address these issues. Community sensitization, awareness creation, going to schools is one major work that the community-based organizations need to be supported to constantly engage in. Because like yesterday where we were together, or even it is on the social media, our police PPRO, Dafe, I forgot the first, Bright Dafe. There's one of his videos that went viral when he talked about how this very one man was having sex with his daughter, the first daughter, the second daughter, and he commenced with the third daughter. It was when a group went to school to sensitize that the girl opened up to a friend that see what my father. It was when the girl now talked that it now happened that the senior girl, the senior daughter, then the second daughter, and herself, they are all victims of one man. And when the man was arrested, he said devil. Which devil? Where is the devil? So what I'm trying to say is that the brainwashing for that girl for 7 years, let's say the senior one. So, and there are many, I think there are many other cases like this that people have not come up, and we have not had.
So we need to look more carefully in society,
and we need to spend more. We need to support community-based organizations to go to schools to be sharing these informations and to be getting the mind of the girls.
Otherwise, we'll be crossing a red line that will yield so much harm
even to the society.
Well said. Thank you so much, Ambassador Iris Jewo Ibi. Thanks for making your time with us today. And it's been so wonderful enjoying your litany of stories and advocacy. We hope that when we call you next time, you'll oblige us.
Yes.
Thank you so much, madam. It's been wonderful doing this with you.
Thank you.
Our dear audience, that's the size for today's package. It's been wonderful doing this with you. We've been discussing gender-based violence, how far is too far. And of course, if you stayed through the program today, you should have gotten and learned something inspirational. So until we have the time to do this some other time, my name is Tudu Twoyo, and I'm encouraging you and I to be vigilant for every red line and of course doing the needful. Until some other time, it's bye-bye from here.
The global
FGM was banned in Senegal in 1999. But female genital mutilation affects at least 200 million women globally. That is the equivalent of the population of the UK and France.